It's been 9 months since November 6th. Many of you know that date. That's the date that well over 300 ostriches were slayed by the Canadian Food Inspection Agency for a virus they had first caught a year earlier. Now, those healthy birds are officially gone. Karen Esperson, co-owner of the Universal Ostrich Farm that had that once thriving flock, is here to talk to you guys about the reunion that's taking place here and also an update about how the CFIA is still using its power against this family.
This is something powerful about coming back to a place where something painful happened and choosing to bring healing to it instead.
All right, let's start with the good news first, because I know you need some of that. What's going on here?
What is going on here? These are all the amazing supporters that have been here from the beginning, came through the year, that were a part of the journey with us and got to live part of what was going on and saw it firsthand. These are some people that have never been here before that want to be a part of this. And we're just so blessed that everybody, we did a reunion and we said, you know what, this is about people coming together that are standing up and to show that we are standing up and what it means to stand up. So everybody here today is gathered out of peace and unity and showing that we're united and we're going strong and we're not giving up and we're going to be the birds' voices, and that we 100% stand behind the farmers and protecting genetics, our farmers, our food, our natural cures, all the way around. We've got to make a difference, and everybody here represents all of that.
I also want to thank everyone who has stood up for better laws, better government, better accountability, and better protection for farmers and animals. This was about what happens when ordinary people find themselves standing against systems that they believe have failed them. We never received compensation from the government because we stood our ground. And even though that came with a tremendous cost, we continue to believe that standing up.
Now, you and your family have been through so much, and on September 18th, when we premiere the documentary about what really happened and some of the aftermath, and you guys can find out where that screening at cullingthecure.com, people are going to see just what you've been through. But something else, some bad news has just happened that isn't going to be on the documentary. Why don't you tell them what that is?
Yes. For the longest time, CFIA kept saying that they were looking at whether they were going to give us compensation or not. And unfortunately now CFIA has given us an official letter stating that somebody higher up in their company is able to make these decisions, and they've decided that we will receive no compensation, not for our birds, for anything they did here, and they will not be back to the farm. So they're making it clear they're not coming back to the farm to clean up their mess, to deal with the live ammunition, or now they will not even compensate us for all the losses of our animals and the damage that they did to the land.
And just in case you didn't know, it is very normal practice for you to be compensated as a farmer when an avian flu comes around and they mass cull your farm. So after everything you guys have been through, they're even saying no here. I looked through the document and, you know, there are some debatable things, but for the most part, it looked like they just searched for anything they could say to say no. Let's talk about what the compensation would have been. My understanding is they have a cap for ostriches at $3,000.
Right.
They say that they culled 314. So that's close to $1 million that by their marker should have gone to you after they wiped out your livelihood. What does that mean when they say no?
Well, first of all, it was way below the actual market value of an animal for an ostrich anyways. But if we just even looked at the 3,000, yes. What they're doing is they're trying to punish us for standing up and stepping up and saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't be here in the first place. And that's all we were doing. Our animals, we knew herd immunity was going to kick in. We knew all this, and we were just one of the farmers that stood up. And their reasoning behind saying that we're not getting compensated because Katie and I got arrested. They told us we could feed our own birds, and yet we got arrested. They said because we didn't separate the boys from the girls. But we won that tribunal because even the judge said every time they reached the goalpost on the quarantine, you would add in more rules. The family, there was no way we could have followed all the rules because they were amending it so much. So we won that. But even though we won that, they're saying it doesn't matter, that because they've made all these decisions of what we've done wrong in their eyes, they're not going to do anything. So as most farmers have to wait already 2 years just to be compensated, which will put them under anyways. Now they're just saying that they can also decide, if we just don't like what you say, guess what? We might not compensate you at all. So not only the devastation of what we've all lived through, but now they're saying we're actually going to destroy your livelihood and to start over after 35 years of work, hard work. They're trying to make it as impossible as possible.
Oh my gosh. So what's next for you then after you hear that? What are you going to do? The ostriches are gone.
We're not quitting, and this is where they picked with the wrong family.
That's been evident the whole time.
And we're working hard in the background, and we're coming out with some amazing things, and we're fighting. We are coming out with an appeal shortly, and in that appeal we're going to be hitting all the key points with evidence, very well documented evidence. What they missed out is they had surveillance on them for 24 hours a day, every day. And we have so much evidence that finally we're going to have our day in court. All the scientific reports, we're going to be able to prove how it was a hybrid. It was never anything that was even reportable, how they were here unlawfully, the animal abuse, the missing birds, all the cases that were opened, all of this is finally going to come and be on the record.
In your appeal to the no, we're not giving you compensation,
That's right.
is. Now, part of this is a fundraiser to help with your ongoing fight. So where can people find out more about that?
Justice for the Ostriches is where you go now. And absolutely, we have a major legal battle ahead of us. We were $284,000 in debt from the last battle of saving them, and we're going into a whole new realm now of fighting, but we're not giving up. And that's what we said. It doesn't matter. We've got a really good legal team, and we're coming out fighting, and it doesn't matter. So all the support is greatly needed because, like we said, we're not just fighting now for justice for the birds, but this is for every farmer, for our food source, for natural cures. This is for everybody out there, for their future, for your kids, your grandkids.
And for the right to, at the very least, question the policies and the science behind them. I'm Drea Humphrey with Rebel News, and this is Karen Esperson with Universal Ostrich Farms. You heard from Karen. This farm is not giving up, and journalistically, neither is Rebel News. That's why I'm excited to let you know we are done our tell-all documentary about what really took place at Universal Ostrich Farms. And first tickets are up for first grabs at cullingthecure.com. I'll see you there.